We have leaders who stand for justice and goodness and the things that are right. And a lot of times in the South, we call leaders like that sheriffs. Well, Mr. President, I got news for you. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is DeMint.
I almost feel the ground shaking here because there's an earthquake election going on all over this country. It's really because people have realized that freedom, that their future, that this country is in their hands, it's not in the hands of politicians. One of the greatest things over the last few years, or really last year in particular, is see the power slip out of the hands of the Washington establishment into the hands of rank and file Americans who didn't think they had any power. But they are scaring the politicians to death. They're throwing even Republicans out in primaries all around the country who said one thing and did another. And what you're going to see tonight is a lot of the Democrats who've taken some outrageous stands in Washington are going to get thrown out as well. Let's talk about the bad news first, because we know what got people stirred up. I mean, we know, and I've been one of the biggest critics of the Republican Party when we had the majority in the White House. We spent too much. We blew up the earmarks from a few hundred to thousands. We didn't do what we said we were going to do. We didn't know what we were in for when the Democrats got in charge of Congress and then in the White House. When Nancy Pelosi took over as Speaker, she said there would be no more deficit spending. That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, no more deficit spending. There have been $5 trillion of deficit spending since she took over. And the plan for the next 10 years with President Obama is to double our national debt in 5 years and triple it in 10 years. No deficit spending. But they've been in charge of economic policy, spending, debt, the bailouts, everything for the last 4 years. And what we've seen is a country that was known for its private sector, individualism, and dependency on self, and volunteerism in communities. We now have a country where the federal government owns the largest auto company, the largest insurance company, the largest mortgage company. In the last year, they've taken over our healthcare system, our whole financial system. They've expanded their control over our education system. And they're not through, except for one thing. The biggest Tea Party today. They tell me that they want people who can work together in Washington. And I'll tell you this, I'm ready. I'm ready. Anyone whose God is the Constitution and goal is limited government, I'm ready to work with them today. But I'm not going to compromise with anyone who doesn't do that. Everything I've seen, every compromise, every bipartisan agreement, for the 12 years I've been in the House and the Senate, has been more spending, more borrowing, more debt, and a bigger government. If we're arguing and debating on the right side of the ledger, if we can debate how many government programs to cut, how much to lower the debt, then I can work with you. And that's what we're going to do this time. Folks, I think what we're going to see by the end of the night is we're going to see not just a Republican majority in the House, but a new Republican. Republicans who come in and are committed to do what they say. They've run on repealing Obamacare. They've run on balancing the budget. They've run on getting rid of wasteful pork barrel earmarks. Ideas like term limits, supporting the Second Amendment. Things that are basic to constitutional government. And these Republicans know one thing. If they don't do what they say this time, not only are they out, but the Republican Party is dead, and it should be. Because I've never seen candidates more committed to principle than I've seen this year. And everyone they told me could not win. They said Marco Rubio wouldn't have a chance against Governor Charlie Cruz. They laughed at me for supporting him. But it wasn't long when people heard Marco Rubio speak about his passion for our country and his passion for freedom that he was double digits ahead of Charlie Crist, and we found out where Charlie Crist's principles were. He said, well, it doesn't work in the Republicans, I'll just run as an independent. Arlen Specter did the same thing. They said Pat Toomey wouldn't have a chance in Pennsylvania. But Arlen couldn't compete with Pat Toomey. Believe me, folks, common sense conservative principles will sell anywhere in this country because Americans are ready to take back their country. Here's where we go from here. I talked too long, and I know we got to go watch the election results. But what we're doing tonight is we're beginning a process. We're beginning the process of restoring the Republican Party, of re-earning the trust of the American people, and showing the whole world. In fact, we're going to rediscover America itself, what the real principles are in America. People try to tell you, high up in office today, that America is not exceptional. But folks, I've been around this world, and I know one thing for sure. There's never been a country like the United States. You know, Thomas Jefferson answered the question when he walked out of the Constitutional Convention. The lady said, what have you given us, Mr. Jefferson? He said, a republic, if you can keep it. And folks, the monkey's on your back. You've got more power than I do to elect and unelect people. And we've seen this time, if people get active and informed and engaged, then it scares the politicians. And folks, they came in tonight. This is just the beginning. What we can do is start a new era where people are really back in control of their country again. And going into 2012, we can make what happens tonight look small. But we can continue to build on this idea of America is an exceptional country where we employ freedom in a way that the rest of the world doesn't even understand. We'll rediscover those principles together and hopefully force them on the people in Washington. Tomorrow, I think we're going to see a new day. I think we're going to see people change their tunes in Washington. I don't know if President Obama will move our way. I doubt it. His constituency really, you know, they've done so much in the last 2 years, and his constituency is still not satisfied. But what is going to happen is the House of Representatives will be controlled by new Republicans who will produce good legislation that will give us an opportunity to present those bold colors that Ronald Reagan talked about. If people aren't interested in milquetoast ideas, they're interested in bold solutions to the problems that we have today. And I'm hoping, with your help and the help of the new Republicans that are coming in tonight, that we can show those bold solutions to the American people. And I believe we will. Thank you so much for your help.